we're on a rock climbing trip, so I guess we'll start with that. What got you into rock climbing?
So yeah, my story is kind of funny. I think everyone in the group knows it just because it's, I guess, a really short story. I saw the movie Valley Uprising on Netflix, and I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, I want to go rock climbing so bad.
I was trying to get out of Florida to rock climb because there's no rocks, real rocks in Florida. So that was the first job I got outside of Florida, and I took it right away and went to Yosemite.
That's when I honestly began bouldering up in Square now with a buddy named Shane. That's pretty much how it all started. For me, when I started climbing, it all started like this. I went into REI. I was more of a hiker instead of a climber.
I guess, wow, that's the first time I went climbing. I guess I would
You remember that feeling?
Yeah, all right. The first time I went climbing would be, I think, the first time that Connor took me out and we just top roped at Swan Slab Gully.
I've done this long of a trip. I've driven to Colorado from Florida with 4 people and a dog before in a truck, so that was a little bit worse. But this is the longest time on the road with this amount of people.
So every time I'd go in, I had a buddy, my buddy, who's now a climber now, he'd always, pressure me into, climbing and stuff, and I would, put that aside and be like, no, it's going to be dumb, I'm not going to like it. I just kept hiking. Hiking was my thing. But yeah, one day I was like, you know what, screw it. My life sucks. I'm going to see if I could boulder, actually try some new climbing stuff.
Name 10 things you want to do before you die and then go do them. Name 10 places you really want to be before you die and then go to them. Name 10 books you want to read before you die and then go read them. Name 10 songs you want to hear again before you die. Get all your friends together and scream them. Because right now, all you have is time. Yeah, but someday that time will run out. That's the only thing you can be absolutely certain about. Think of all the things that are wrong with your life and then fix them. Think of all the things that you love about your life. Be thankful you are blessed with them. Think of all the things that hold you back and realize that you don't need them. Think of all the mistakes you have made in your life. Make sure that you never repeat them. Because right now, all you have is time. Yeah, but someday that time will run out. That's the only thing you can be absolutely certain about. Name 10,000 reasons why you never want to die. Go and tell someone who might have forgotten. Try to list the endless reasons why it's good to be alive, and then just smile for a while about them. Soon the sun will rise and another day will come. Soon enough the sun will set, another day will be gone. And right now, all you have is time. Yeah, but someday that time will run out. That's the only thing you can be absolutely certain about.
So I guess the whole trip kind of started in Fresno when we picked up Duran, and one of the first crags we went to was Square Nail. We got taken out there with some more Yosemite friends, and they showed us around. It was a lot of slab, but there were some beautiful, just straight-in splitter cracks, very Yosemite-esque. So, we felt right at home with that. The Fresno climbing gym was also the first climbing gym that I ever went to. It was really interesting coming from, multi-pitch trad climbing in Yosemite to, pulling on plastic.
Oh. Oh.
Watch out, get my skateboard out of the way.
Toll House Rock was a really cool climb. Duran and I got to do. It's about an hour outside of Fresno, 700 feet of exposed granite. Just a really cool, beautiful climb. Great views of the Southern Sierras. I led up it with only Beta for my belayer, who had done it a year prior. So that was really fun. The second and third pitch was like really run out a sports slab, which was really spooky. Didn't like that too much. The first pitch was really cool, and most people only do the first pitch just because it's like really good protection, nice wide crack, just really, really cool. Anyways, we did the whole 4 pitches on Elephant Walk, and my favorite pitch was the final pitch, the cool mantle move and everything. But the the first piece of protection I placed was a nut. It was like a 5, I think, a DMM offset. But anyways, when I placed it and I went to pull on it, I accidentally dragged my left knuckle across the rock and just really messed it up. Lost a lot of skin. It was really fun.
I'm a dynamiter, I'm a prize fighter. But if you get sad, I'm your friend. I got an ear, I'll always lend. You know that you can always talk to me. Now come on baby, take a walk with me. Tell me all, tell daddy all. Just give me a call. I'm a go all-nighter, I'm a prize fighter. All alone, there's always somewhere you can go. Here I am, a true friend. There's nothing gonna change over here on my end. Don't be scared, it's better shared. You know I always cared. I'm a everything's alrighter, I'm a prize fighter. Well, if you need me, I'm right here, no matter what, I'm always near. Well, I've been through a lot and you can't scare me. Now come on baby, if you just dare me, I'll win your heart. Now let it start, let it start. Don't do it wrong, do it righter. I'm a prize fighter, I'm a prize fighter, I'm a prize fighter.
The mantle was my favorite part of Elephant Walk on the fourth pitch. I thought it was a pretty easy problem. I think I just kind of found a good handhold on top and just pulled myself up and over. There's some really good feed options too for shorter people, but no, it was freaking awesome. I loved every moment of it. after Fresno, we headed south to Joshua Tree, and it was my first time headed there, so I was really excited. We were all really looking forward to the change of plans from Bishop, which was actually going to be very cold and rainy that weekend. So we were all pretty excited to see a new place and climb some, rocks we've, heard about. Halfway to Joshua Tree, somewhere close to Palmdale, we started leaking transmission fluid, and there was smoke coming through the vents and everything. The transmission started slipping. It was bad, so we had to pull over somewhere so we could take a look and fix it. And then upon further inspection, it was obvious we weren't going to make it to Joshua Tree. We were losing a lot of transmission fluid. I think we lost 6 quarts in total. Anyways, so I start, I just look on my phone and I find that there's a repair shop, garage right around the corner, and I head on down there and I meet this guy Paul, and he was the coolest guy I've ever met. He said he'd take a look at the van. We get the van right on over and checked out the transmission, and it was just a loose bolt, and he tightened it up for us, and about an hour we were back on the road again. If it wasn't for Paul, we would not have made it to Joshua Tree. I don't know where we would have made it, but yeah, it was a close call right there. We got really lucky there. Thanks, Paul. There's just something about traveling on the road, living out of a car, and just, it's nothing but you and the world, and however fast you want to move through it.
Yes.
And that flow of energy and that connection and that journey, I think, is the most important thing anyone can do to learn more about themselves and the world. And everybody else is just doing the same crazy stuff that we're doing. And yeah, getting to do it with my 2 best friends was pretty cool too. So yeah, never gets old. Wouldn't change it for anything. Okay, so Joshua Tree. First time I've ever been there. First time Connor had ever been there. This was definitely the high point of the trip for me, for sure. This was the coolest thing ever. This was like a climber's Disneyland. Driving into the park, looking at all these crags just right outside of the road and everything. All these giant, desert blasted, sun-blasted granite. It was like looking at these beautiful amusement park rides. it created by Mother Nature, trillions of years old, whatever. Okay, not a geologist. I don't actually know. One of the coolest boulder problems I've ever done was definitely the womb. And that was because it looked exactly what it was called, It was a giant womb inside of rock. So it was one of the classics in Joshua Tree too, right across the street from our campsite. It's having stuff like this within a 10-minute walk from where I slept was the coolest feeling. It just doesn't get better than that. Wake up, make a meal, hang out with your friends, go rock climbing, talk about plans for the day. We'd all separate into groups, and it just felt like I was on a field trip again back in elementary school. And we were all going to, these separate really cool crags and climbs and experiencing parts of Joshua Tree. And I loved it. It was the best.
Nice.
the last stop on the trip was Las Vegas, Nevada. And, we were all pretty excited to be there. We were excited to see Mikey and Jill and hang out with those cool people for a while. We saw the Strip. We went skateboarding all over Vegas, saw the Hoover Dam. That was really cool. Did a lot of rock climbing out in Calico Basin, Red Rocks. We even got jobs up at Lee Canyon at the ski resort close to Mount Charleston. And before we knew it, we were living in Nevada.
It's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero, hero, not no small feat. It's all heat in this day and age. I'll rage your grave, anything it takes to save the day. Neuromancer, perfect blend of technology and magic. Use my rapping so you all can see the hazards. Plus entertainment where many are brainless. We cultivated the lost art of study and I brought a buddy. Automator, harder slayer, fascinating combination. Cyber warlords are activating abominations. Harmonation with hatred, we ain't with that. We high-tech archaeologists searching for knickknacks. Composing musical stem packs that impacts the soul. Crack the mold of what you think you rapping for. I used to be a mag soldier, but I didn't respect orders. I had to step forward, tell them this ain't for us. Living in a post-apocalyptic world, morbid and horrid. The secrets of the past, they hoarded. Now we just boarded on our futuristic spacecraft. No mistakes, black is our music we must take back. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. Yo, it's 3030. I want y'all to meet Deltron Zero and Automator. I'm feeling like a ghost in a shell. I wrote this in jail, playing host to a cell for the pure verbal. They said my sentence was equivalent to murder, just another hurdle. I bounced through a portal. I knew they had the mind state of mere mortals. My ears morphed to receptors that catch up every word about gravity control and the families they hold for handsome ransoms. On the run with a handgun, blast bioforms. I am warned that a planet-wide manhunt with cannons will make me abandon my foolish plan of uprising. Fuck dying, I hijack a mech, control it with my magical chance. So battle advanced through centuries of hip-hop legacy. Mega speed, hyperwarp the automators, cribbing like the torch. They can't fight the force. Victory is ours once we strike the source. Enterprising wise men looked at the horizon, thinking more capitalism is the wisdom in prison. All citizens empowered with rhythm. We keep the funk alive by talking with idioms. an eternal evil concerned with thievery, medieval prehistoric rhetoric. Well, we ahead of that. Lay it down with sound waves that pound pavement. Original minstrels. My central processing unit is into with my heart for this art. Not artificial, cause that makes it hard to miss you. Copycats finish last in the human race. Staying glued to safes, too crude to take a Buddha break. We got espers that let us bless with fresh shit. Undetected by yes men questing for 5 fleeting nanoseconds of fame. Protecting the brain from conspiracies against my cosmos. While I float the Neo Tokyo with OPO or discuss combustible